Bonjour, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. More players than you can probably get to play right now. And yes, that is a challenge. Alright then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's go! You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. The cartoon series Gargoyles won 12 Daytime Emmys. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Buzz Aldrin released a rap song produced by Snoop Dogg. Some Hilton hotels will give you a blacklight tour to ensure a clean room. There's enough cable on the Golden Gate Bridge to wrap around the Earth 3 times. Jim Beam was the first governor of Kentucky. In Sweden, it's a show of wealth to pour expensive champagne down the sink. Gandhi wore non-prescription glasses. And here's your score at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. Hamsters were originally bred to be the Cornish hen of pigs. MySpace Tom hacked into a Chase Manhattan Bank system at age 14. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, has written numerous fantasy novels. Flavor Flav endorsed a flavorless gum. National Geographic accidentally ran a headline calling armadillos armadildos. Keanu played a former Ohio State University quarterback in 2 unrelated movies. Bedbugs can live in your mattress for a year without feeding. Here is your score. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is April Fool's jokes. Some of these April Fool's pranks really happened, and some of them we just made up. Marvel Comics announced that Captain America was getting a sex change. Pringles claimed to open an addiction center for people who couldn't stop popping. Bed Bath & Beyond claimed it would just start selling Beyond items. Burger King claimed it was selling a left-handed Whopper. NPR claimed Richard Nixon was running for president in 1992. Starbucks claimed it was selling a 128 fluid-ounce drink. Google claimed it had been bought by Ask Jeeves. And here's your final score. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Jackie Chan trained as an opera singer. The author of Frankenstein kept her husband's heart after he drowned. England is the only country that owns land on the moon. Three dogs survived the Titanic. The vagina was invented in 1689. Woody Allen shot Midnight in Paris entirely in New Haven, Connecticut. Bert and Ernie switched names after 5 episodes. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your next 7 fact categories. Nokia patented a tattoo that vibrates. Galileo was jailed for his moon research because it was believed that's where Satan lived. Ancient Greeks only owned one toga for their entire life. Jamie Lee Curtis has memorized pi to 1,500 decimal places. There is a Japanese Pringle flavor called Old American Circus Funky Mustard. The first movie watched in space was The Karate Kid. U.S. congressmen eat free on Wednesdays at KFCs in Washington, D.C. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is irony. Try to figure out which of these ironic facts are true and which ones are lies. The most popular TV show in U.S. prisons is Law and Order. Think toy safety buttons were recalled because of lead paint and sharp edges. The highest rated 60 Minutes episode was on the dangers of watching television. The inventor of the smiley face suffered chronic depression. Irony, New Mexico used to be named Sincerity, New Mexico. Some dogs are allergic to humans. The founder of the first blood bank died from a bad blood transfusion. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. Vampirism is common in dolphins. Doe is in the Oxford English Dictionary. Some Crown Plaza hotels employ snore monitors to walk the halls listening for snoring. Now that's what I call Music 17 is the highest selling CD of all time. Three people have been killed by peanuts falling off the Empire State Building. A study found that counterfeit Rolexes keep better time than most authentic ones. It is illegal to own a pet hamster in Vietnam. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. Cockroaches can withstand nuclear bombs, fire, and bullets. You can see Antarctica from southern New Zealand. Sweat stains are yellow because of high concentrations of urea in armpit sweat. Russian Tsar Peter the Great owned trained bears that served vodka. Queen Elizabeth II is actually the 10th Queen Elizabeth. Al Capone had a tattoo of Sherlock Holmes on his left arm. Dusty Springfield's will stipulated that her cat be fed baby food and played her songs. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is real Disney cartoons. Try to figure out which of these were real Disney cartoons and which are lies we just made up. Goofy tries to quit smoking. Chip and Dale become beatniks. Pluto gets rabies. Minnie Mouse files for divorce. Mickey Mouse is arrested for not paying taxes. The Seven Dwarfs fight malaria. Donald Duck has a nightmare that he's a Nazi. Let's see the final scores. It's time for another game of Lie Swatter. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Leonardo da Vinci really hated Michelangelo. The North Pole is owned by Russia. Barack Obama wore a duct-tape tuxedo to a charity event. Victoria Beckham popularized bird poop facials. The name of President Lincoln's dog is the name of President Kennedy's mom. Yankee candles were banned in 1860s Georgia. Pizza in Ohio cannot have cheese produced outside of Ohio. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round one. Here are your new fact categories. In the first modern Olympics, first place earned a silver medal. Lincoln tried to move the White House to Illinois. Good champagne should smell faintly of rotten eggs. PETA is the world's largest producer of tie-dye t-shirts. The Monopoly Man was modeled after a serial killer in 1920s Detroit. The Catholic Church once classified beavers as fish, making them safe to eat on a Friday. Oil extracted from whale poop for cooking is called hanaki in Iceland. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is reality TV. Here are a bunch of bizarre reality TV shows. Try to figure out which ones aren't real. On Love Behind Bars, 3 men competed for the heart of a convicted felon. On Saddled with Debt, people crippled with debt raced horses for money. On Rock Camp, kids lived in the wilderness while competing for a record contract. On The Will, 10 people competed to become sole beneficiary of a millionaire's will. To win Who's Your Daddy, an adoptee had to pick her birth dad from a room full of men. In cougar season, young men had to pick up older women at bars. On Hammer Time, the losing contestant had to tear down their dream home. Let's see the final scores.
Startup game has been activated. Okay, we're set.
Attention, there are flowers. Flowers have been delivered from a prisoner. So if anyone's expecting flowers from a prisoner, they're at the front desk. Thank you.
Okay, and we are frosting the cake, and we want it to sound delicious and go. People have, it's very clear. Certain people, to me, it's a mystery. Like Ellen. What her butt looks like? Well, it doesn't look good.
We are dangerously close to overtime, everybody. Let's get this last...
We are on!
Okay, Cookie, we think we have the scorpion problem under control.
Finally! I can put my shoes back on. Oh my god!
Well, that's the thing. There was gluten in all of the donuts I brought in this morning. So if she's so allergic to it, why isn't she dead now?
Marcus to set. Marcus, you...
Welcome to the game. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson, and I hate to toot my own horn, but... Oops, sorry, that wasn't mine. There we go, that one's mine. One of you two needs a shower. Handle those screws carefully. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button, and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Kale Mart. If you find a single thing in our store that is not associated with kale, it's free. Kale Mart. We don't even know what kale is, and we don't care.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, no turning back.
Get ready, time for question. One.
Right off the top, mail enhancement. Just taking a moment to open my mail. Something I like to do every couple of years. Probably should have paid that. An old Christmas card. Let's see what it says inside. Well, it's been a big year for the whole family. Junior learned to drive, Mom changed jobs, and Dad started a drug empire cooking and selling high-quality methamphetamine. What TV family is this Christmas card from? The Greens, the Browns, the Blacks, or the Whites? Player 210's running out. Player 2. Player 1. Why, yes, this card is from Walter and Skylar White and their son Walt Jr. from the show Breaking Bad. And I'd read you the rest of the letter, but it's full of spoilers.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Coming up next, positive feedback. What might you hear from a kingfisher that's fishing for compliments? So, did anybody notice I just got my scales waxed? So, did you guys see I'm wearing my fur differently? So, how does everyone like my new gill tattoo? Or, isn't anybody gonna mention my new feather do? Player Player 2, do something! Player 1. A kingfisher is a type of bird. You know, those things with feathers. Wow, talk about a needy, insecure bird. Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. Somebody tell me I'm handsome. Interns, somebody tell me I'm handsome.
You're handsome, sir. So handsome, Mr. Masterson.
Ah, let's never cut it that close again.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's one for you. Lucy in the sky with rubles. And oh yes, it's a this or dat. Player 2, you could use a lift. This one's got your name all over it. I'm gonna read off 7 quotes totally out of context. For each one, I want you to tell me if it's something said by legendary pop star Elton John, or something said by Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. If it was said by Elton John, press the square button. If it was said by Vladimir Putin, press the circle button. Player 1. Try to lock in your answer before Player 2, because if Player 2 gets it wrong, but you get it right, you'll steal that cash. Okay, we're off. I do like Britney Spears. I think she's cute. I go to the gym. I myself know some people. I think... No, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Look, there's a lot of political turmoil in the world. We must trust Elton John's song, The Circle of Life. It's a simple philosophy that says this: no matter what happens, we can rest assured that one day, Vladimir Putin will be eaten by a lion. Up next, I hunger for love. If each member of the Hunger Games love triangle brought something different to the relationship, which of these arrangements would actually result in Katniss catching fire? Katniss brings air, Peeta brings friction, and Gale brings time. Katniss brings friction, Peeta brings fuel, and Gale brings inert gas. Katniss brings heat, Peeta brings time, and Gale brings oxygen. Or Katniss brings heat, Peeta brings fuel, and Gale brings oxygen. Player 1. The so-called fire triangle outlines what is needed to start and maintain fire, which is heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove one, no fire. But I'm sure you could get rid of Peeta and it would still be hot. 5 fingers! Let's try. One show down, 14,312 to go.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And I'll throw some extra roses at you for a right answer. Put these Broadway musicals in order of longest to shortest original runs. Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Rent, Grease, Spamalot, Spamalot, Rent, Grease, Rent, Spamalot, Grease, or Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Player 2, watch that clock. Player 2, let this be a lesson to you. Player 1. Oh, honestly. Opening in 1996, Rent ran for 12 years, Grease opened in 1972 and ran for 8 years, and Spamalot opened in 2005 and had a 5-year run. Of course, none of these tops the musical Cats, which ran for 233 straight years. Hard to believe, but true. Good for them. That's all we got for round 1. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. And don't be afraid to use those screws. You're being too nice. May I introduce Chucky Balls? I just love Chuck E. Cheese, especially those big ball pits with all the colorful balls that kids jump around in. So tell me this. Imagine, just hypothetically, that each color ball in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit were a different virus. When you dive in, which ball could you definitely not come into contact with? A ball that... Oh, you're screwed, player one. You got 5 seconds. Uh-oh, that's not good. Well played, screw player two. Let's see if you can make this really hurt. Player two, that was quality. The correct answer is herpes, polio, and rabies are all caused by a virus. Plague is caused by a bacteria, so none of those virus balls could give you plague. Plague is spread by rodents, but luckily not singing animatronic rodents like the ones you find at Chuck E. Cheese. Hey, anyone want to go to Chuck E. Cheese after the game?
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Say hello to Leafy Laughter. Imagine an episode of Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis being filmed with a set of 2 new freshly sprouted ferns. Based on the name for fern sprouts, what might be a better name for that episode? Between Two Saplings with Zach Galifianakis, Between Two Pup Shoots with Zach Galifianakis, Between Two Fronds with Zach Galifianakis, or Between Two Fiddleheads with Zach Galifianakis? Players 1 and 2? I'm gonna vote die on this one. Want to see the right answer? A fern sprout is called a fiddlehead based on its shape, which resembles the top of, you guessed it, a fiddlehead. And like Zach Galifianakis, they take about 40 years to fully blossom.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's one I like to call escargot for Margot. Okay guys, I've got a theory, and I think it's pretty solid. Follow me on this. The movie Key Largo came out in 1948, and the next major Argo movie was Fargo. So there may have been a secret Argo embargo. Ergo, how long was the next Argo embargo between Fargo and Argo? 7 years, 12 years, 17 years, or 22 years? Player 1. Hate to disappoint you, but... wait, no I don't. Player 2. Fargo came out in 1996 and Argo in 2013. Ergo, a 17-year Argo movie embargo. And you know what never went out of style that entire time? Cargo pants. It's time for To Be or Not To Be Arthur.
Hi, this is Corky, and how about them Golden Girls, huh?
Old man, what the hell are you doing? Get away from the microphone.
But I need to ask a question.
Give me, oh, damn it, give me that.
No,
Listen to me, you stupid old, give it to me.
Ow.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that scooty-up-doodly-doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Scooty-up-doo, I forget.
All right. Just one question, and then you are out of here.
Okay, 2 questions, great.
One question!
All right, don't get your panties in a... whatever. I'm just trying to remember this one thing. I'm trying to think of this lovely singing gentleman. He was friends with those Muppet puppets, and he lived in Colorado. He talked to God in all those movies, and then he died in a plane crash. Now he's probably talking to the real God. Who the heck was that guy?
Okay. Player 2, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds. Sucks to be you. Player 1, that was a successful screw. Grab a few more bucks, why don't you? Player 1, check please. Want to see the answer? Yes, old man, it's country folk singer-songwriter John Denver. You're talking about John Denver.
I'm not talking about him, you are.
Why were you trying to remember John Denver, old man?
I wasn't.
What are you talking about? You just commandeered this game to ask a question about him.
Who?
John Denver.
Never heard of him. Toodaloo, boy.
Ah! Here we have Menage a Treat. Who would not be invited to a Neapolitan threesome? Vanilla Ice, Strawberry Shortcake, the band Sexual Chocolate. Player 2. Sexual Chocolate shows up at every threesome. Player 1. Neapolitan ice cream consists of strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla, but not lemon. So Liz Lemon would not be invited. Remember, approaching a threesome is just like eating ice cream. If you go at it too quickly, you might damage the roof of your mouth. Brace yourself. I'm sorry, was I talking too much? Fine, here's your clue. Watch this Peter P. Who's the Peter P? Good luck. Takes it! Well, player 1, you ended up with more cash than player 2, but since both of you ended up below 0, you owe me money. I'll accept checks or money orders made out to... You don't know Jack!
Piddle paddle.
That's right. Hey guys, what you playing?
Piddle paddle.
Piddle paddle? Can I play?
Sure, just roll the dice. And...
Piddle paddle?
That's right. Piddle paddle. Just roll the dice again and...
Piddle paddle?
That's right.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and not to brag, but the cashier at Trader Joe's complimented me on my choices today. Haven't I seen you two before, like on Real Housewives of Kalamazoo or something? You all take care of those screws now. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by...
The Anti-Pedestrian Council. Hey, I'm trying to drive here, is our motto.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. Alright, let's do this thing.
Get ready, time for question. 1.
Right off the bat, she mused me. If Taylor Swift broke up with every male currently in the world, about how many songs would she be inspired to write? Goodness, player 1, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to give me an answer. Oh, the humanity! Player 2, you handled that screw very well. You want even more cash? Player 2? Ooh, ouch. Allow me. The world population is floating around 7.1 billion, of which 3.6 billion are males. That only gives her a few microseconds for each relationship, but that should be more than enough.
Oh, mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Next. This question got stuck in my teeth. Who's hungry?
Cookie fortune, flash. Cookie fortune, cookie master.
Okay. This one's a bit violent. Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes. Okay, so I won't shoot anybody until I see their pupils, their irises, their retinas, or their scleras. Players 1 and 2? Right, the white of your eye is called the sclera. But don't look too long at the enemy's eyes, or you might just fall in love.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Pucker up for Cookie Masterson, the vocab guy. If Bill Nye the Science Guy learned nigh everything there was to know about science, what would be true of him? He would know nearly... The screw is in you, player 2. 5 seconds to make a choice. Player 1 nicely screwed. Why not grab a few more bucks while you're at it? Player 1. Nigh means near or nearly. The reason why Bill Nye doesn't know everything about science is because he refuses to accept the Cookie Masterson unifying theory of quantum mechanics as the scientific fact that it is. But I guess people fear what they don't understand. This one's called Your Mother Smells Like the Jungle. What are you most likely to see Tarzan scrambling to buy at the last second on Mother's Day? A banana bouquet for Coco? Banana can... Player 2? Well, I've seen worse. Player 1. Correct answer, show yourself. Kala is the female ape who raised Tarzan in the jungle. His dad wasn't around much. He was too busy sitting around patting his chest with the backside of his hand every couple of minutes. How about Obesity the Game? And it's a dis or dat. Player 2, your score stinks at the moment, so this one's all for you. I'm going to read off 7 acronyms, and for each one, tell me if it's a type of healthcare plan or a type of video game. If it's a healthcare plan, press the square button. If it's a type of video game, press the circle button. Player 1. Select your answer before Player 2, because if you get it right and Player 2 gets it wrong, you get that cash. We good? Here we go. HMO Well, you made it, but not in perfect shape. Kind of like having an HMO. I can't afford to see a doctor, so I've just started asking the 12-year-olds I play Call of Duty against online for medical advice. They said I should go f*** myself. They also called me an asshole, but my rash cleared up. That'll bring an end to our first round. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And keep in mind, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer to the game. Let's see what's in store. Try this on for size. Pussycat control. Oh my god, my cat's poopsie and mayonnaise are driving me crazy. And what do I get from them? Nothing! If my cats were like the cat in the fairy tale Puss in Boots, what would they do for me? Grant me 3 wishes, help me kill a witch, impress my boss and get me a promotion, or help me break an ancient curse? Player 2, watch the time. Player 1, interesting choice. Player 2, I think you know what's coming. One right answer coming up. In Puss in Boots, Puss makes his master look good in front of the king, which results in him marrying the king's daughter, becoming royalty. Why don't you two idiots ever do anything like that for me? I haven't had a promotion in years. I have not been stealing office supplies. Those are complimentary, damn it.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try? That evidence was Planters. If Mr. Peanut wanted to make some marzipan, which of his other nut friends could he grind up to produce the central ingredient? Mr. Hazelnut, Mrs. Almond, Miss Cashew, or Senor Brazil Nut? Player 2, Player 1. Player 2, bless you. No, I'll get this. Marzipan is a confection made from sugar, eggs, and ground up Mrs. Almonds. Regular almonds work too. But Mr. Peanut would be found not guilty because he's a total See, you thought I was gonna say nut, didn't you? No, it's nice guy. He's a really nice guy. No one would believe the murder thing.
Follow me down to the sea.
I call this one Where the Buffalo Foam. You know, I'm having a pretty good day, which means...
Hello, Danny.
Yep, there he is.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, why are you foaming at the mouth?
I've got rabies and I've condidite you.
What? Stay away from me! Did you get bitten by a rabid animal?
Lady, which of these animal dites could not give me rabies? A beaver dite, a non-goose dite, a king cobra dite, or a badger dite?
Player 210's running out. Player 1. Rabies only affects warm-blooded animals, not reptiles. Besides, you can't get diseases like this, Billy. You're made of wood.
Really? Then how did I get syphilis?
That's a good point. Player 2. And on its way, Yoko has no remorse. What Beatles album am I describing? Let it be Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road, or Help. Player 2, watch that clock. Player 2. Let it be. Wrong. I so wanted you to pick this one. ... dash in Morse code is SOS, the International Distress Call. Of course, if the Beatles ever got stranded, they'd need help from somebody, but not just from anybody. Picky bastards. Player 1. You mean the album with the Beatles on the crosswalk? No. But you can gently bump crosswalkers out of your way with a memory foam car bumper from the Anti-Pedestrian Council. The Anti-Pedestrian Council. Because walkers. Am I right? Today's wrong answer of the game gets you another 8,000 on top of your current score. Sweet. Here's a good one. F this. How would you read comedian Will Forte's name if it were accompanied by the musical notation Forte? Will Forte! Will Forte! Will Forte! Or Will Forte! Player 2, watch the time. Player 2. That's just ridiculous. Player 1. In music, forte means played loudly. Unlike Will Forte's quiet and nuanced performance in his Oscar-nominated film MacGruber. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 if you're right. 2,000 gone if you're wrong. And don't forget,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. The Prodigy's son returns. They were prodigies in what area? Good luck. Cleaned up, which isn't saying much when you're playing against someone with the personality of waxy build-up. Player 2, next time you want to play against Player 1, remind yourself,
You don't know Jack!
Hi, I'm Cookie, and this game is about to change your lives for a couple of minutes. I see there are 3 of you today. I hope this is a really weird double date. Let's do this. This is round 1, and that means you get 500 points for everyone you fool with your made-up answer. And you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. Select a category. Okay, here's your first question. According to a 2010 study, one child in the U.S. was injured every 46 minutes by a blank. Now, use your device to enter a bluff that you think will fool the other players into thinking it's true. If you get stuck, for half the points, you can use the help button and get a suggestion. Do it now. Okay, here are your choices. Find the truth and touch it on your device. Let's see what everybody selected. And nobody picked the other lies up there. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. The Snickers candy bar was named after its creator's blank. Enter your lies now. All right, where's the truth? Okay, let's take a look. And the rest of the board goes unselected. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. In autumn 2013, a company that owns parking lots in England temporarily allowed drivers to pay for parking not with money, but with blank. Type in your lies now. Okay, which one's the truth? All right, who picked what? Well, you guys blew it. And look at what we have left. One single, lonely, pitiful lie. This is round 2, which means all point values are doubled. Exciting. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. The unusual Chick and Sophie Major Memorial Scholarships are awarded to high school students who are good at blank. Enter your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. Okay, what did everyone pick? And that's it. Nobody else's lies got picked. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. One of Kim Jong-il's many titles was Invincible and Ever-Triumphant General and Highest Incarnation of the Revolutionary Comradely blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry up, use this. Okay, here are your choices. All right, let's see what everybody picked. Or IAETGAHIOTRCL for short. And that means... Select a category. Okay, here's the question. In 2004, the CEO of Blockbuster mailed Reed Hastings, the CEO of Netflix, an odd package. He sent him a blank. Enter your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, which one's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick? And nobody fell for some of these ingenious lies. Final fibbage. This is your final question, and it's worth triple. It's anybody's game. Okay, here is your final fibbage question. The Michelin Man's strange official name. Type in your lies now. Hurry up! Use a suggestion if you can't think of anything. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. All right, who picked what? But now it's hard to see him as anything but a bibendum. And we're done.